Welcome back to What's the 411 News, where we bring you news observation, interpretation, and news commentary from an FBA and BGR perspective. Let's get it. Welcome back to What's the 411 News. We're glad you guys are tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, but you can also catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Spotify. Yes, you can watch us on video on Spotify. All right. So with that being said, here we go again, man. I don't know. It looks like they're trying to definitely get the kids while they're young. They definitely trying to program the kids' minds while they are young. That way, when they get old as an adult, is already set and programmed within them. Looks like a Miami preschool puts toddlers in blackface. All right. Miami preschool is out here putting toddlers in blackface. All right. So again, like I said, they're trying to get the kids while they're young. That seems to be one of the main targets and tactics to attack with this ongoing thing of race and trying to take the Black history out of schools. And yet this is in Florida, at all places. Ron DeSantis, at all places. Miami, Florida. And so, yeah, the preschools putting toddlers up in blackface. And we're going to check out and see what they're talking about it, what they got to say, man. What's going on? All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look. All right. Let's take a look. Miami preschool put toddlers in blackface for Black History Month. This is one of those stories that we missed, but now we're reporting on it. This happened during Black History Month, but it's definitely needs to be known what's going on out here. All right. So a Miami preschool is catching heat after children were photographed in blackface. All right. Pictures of at least 2 toddlers in blackface were posted by a teacher. I'm going to read that again. Pictures of at least 2 toddlers in blackface were posted by a teacher on the Studio Kids Little Rivers messaging app on February the 3rd of this year during Black History Month, along with a caption that read, Black History Month. The photo showed one child dressed as a police officer and another dressed as a construction worker with dark paint covering their face. Parents who saw the images immediately expressed outrage, calling out the daycare for the racist incident. You're a certified, established institution. You should know better. Courtney Politis or Politis, whose 1-year-old daughter attended Studio Kids Little River at that time. I mean, ignorance about racism in 2023 is no longer ignorant, in my opinion. Politis added that she reached out to the school to express her concern. However, when she spoke with the daycare owner, Patricia Vitale, I think that's how you pronounce it, Patricia Vitale, that seems like a Italian last name, and called the photographs racist. Vitale allegedly asked her to explain what was considered racist. Wow, I can't make this up. But let's move on. While Vitale declined to comment, she reportedly sent a message to all school parents apologizing following backlash. Quote, We have not intended to offend anyone, and we're very sorry about any inconvenience, the message read. All right. 3 days later, Vitali sent another message saying that her staff would receive additional training in response to the incident. Always got to get that training, huh? That's going to lead to nothing. Anyway, let's continue. We wanted to let all the parents know that we met on Friday afternoon with all the teachers and staff. We went over several ethical and multicultural education points, the message added. I will teach the team a class covering all the necessary topics regarding U.S. history and multicultural education. You may rest assured this will never happen again. Now, this is coming from the person, this Patricia Vitale, who's the daycare owner, who asked one of the parents, like, what was considered racist. Now, all of a sudden, she's going to be the one that was training and going over multicultural history and U.S. history. But it was blackface. And yes, black history is American history, is U.S. history, is world history. Foundational black American history is all of those things. But, let's be clear, man. Why would you add U.S. history and multicultural education when there was no other cultures that you apparently offended, right? That's kind of weird. But anyway, let's continue. All right. Despite the apology, Politis decided to pull her two children out of two separate branches of Studio Kids. And I don't know if this Politis is black or white or some other race. So go figure. But this lady Politis decided to pull her two children out of two separate branches of Studio Kids. The bottom line is we can't trust them with our children, all apologies aside. I'm assuming this might be a black woman. All right, I'm gonna just come to that assumption. I thought we would have more time before these sorts of things, or racism or microaggressions would have to be experienced by our children. So the fact that you can't, I feel like I can't protect my children from what's happening is probably the most disappointing and upsetting of all of this. All right. So yeah, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we have another school that's out here trying to get the little ones indoctrinated into a certain mindset, a certain programming, and to bring down their self-esteem and try to break their spirit. Right? So there we go again. And when I read these type of stories, because there was others, I think we reported some others as well, one or two others, similar situations in some type of school or preschool or pre-K. And it always seems like the parents, from where these articles read, nobody's seeming like to, we don't want to promote violence and all that, but all this, I'm just gonna pull my kids out of school and just talking like, that's offensive. It don't seem like it's enough. That's been said a bunch of times. It seems like a little more has to go down, and I'm not promoting any violence, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that seemed like it's not doing enough. And at best, I guess you could say it's time to really hit people in their pockets. Okay, so we want to get violent. Let's get violent with hitting them in the pockets. All right. If you get my drift, you dig? So let's hit them in the pockets. Let's make them pockets real empty, if you will. Let's put a hole in them pockets. And then we'll see how the behavior changes, or maybe not. Who knows? But it seemed like something else has to be done. Protesting is cool, but it's not getting nobody nowhere. Um, it's time to start brainstorming about how we can start hitting them finances and tapping them pockets, draining them bank accounts. You know what I mean? And maybe when that starts happening a little bit more, then people might start taking notice. Because it always seems like only two things seem like to get certain groups of people's attention: getting violent on them and removing that money from their system, from their pockets. It seems like those are only two things that seem to get people's attention. Even in recent years, little things that went down, that popped off, some violent things and some property damages. I'm not promoting that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there have been some incidents, and you guys know what I'm talking about, that when some property was damaged, then there was a lot of companies was ready and willing to start handing black businesses some money and this amount of millions and this amount of millions to help black businesses. All of a sudden, that popped off. I'm just saying, man. So you guys let me know what you think, man. Put it in the comments wherever you might see this video. If it's on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Spotify, comment on it. Let me know what you think. And with that being said, man, no matter where you are around the world, most definitely you can bet on the new black media. I'm out. Peace. Welcome back to What's the 411 News, where we bring you news observation, interpretation, and news commentary from an FBA and BGR perspective. Let's get it.